ask you if James Halliday is your alter ego?
Oh, he is a lot smarter than me. James Halliday was kind of inspired by Howard Hughes and a video game designer who's become a friend of mine named Richard Garriott, who's a video game designer who created the first MMO game, Ultima Online, and then he saved up his video game millions and bought a ticket to the International Space Station. So he's an eccentric video game designer who inspired me when I was growing up, and so he's kind of a combination of Halliday. Halliday is kind of a combination of Richard Garriott and Howard Hughes, with some Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak thrown in.
Wow.
Yeah.
More complicated than I thought.
Yeah, yeah.
How was for you to? Have you seen the film?
Oh yes, yeah, multiple times. Yeah.
So how is for you now to see what you actually wrote?
Oh, it's just beautiful. It's the most fulfilling creative experience of my life. It's what I think every novelist who hopes their novel will get made into a movie hopes for, is that the movie captures the spirit of their book, but kind of tells the story in a cinematic way that would get people interested in reading the novel. And I think Ready Player One does that.
How was to be just beside Steven Spielberg while you wrote that?
Oh my gosh! Well, sitting behind him on the set and watching him direct the actors and bring my book to life. It was just it was overwhelming and hard to maintain my excitement. I try to keep a poker face, but I was just couldn't hide my enthusiasm. It was just the best experience. What happened to me is what should happen to every novelist who gets their book made into a movie. It's just a great experience.
Yeah, but also, there are some references that are very much Spielbergian. Nobody else probably.
Yeah. Well, just the tone. Well, he helped inspire the story. Like I grew up watching Amblin movies and movies like E.T. and Raiders of the Lost Ark. In the novel, the main character carries a Grail diary to keep track of his treasure hunts, and the whole idea of avoiding traps and things like that to retain treasure or obtain treasure that came from growing up watching Indiana Jones films. So it would have been a different story, the novel, if I hadn't grown up watching his movies. So he was just the perfect person to tell this story that he had helped inspire.